Will decided he wanted to come with me. And we were going to then tell the world, hey, we haven't been together. And this happened during that time. But when we got to the table, Will wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He wasn't.
Y'all can never make me hate Jada.
We're still talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, the entanglement update, guys. Let's talk about it. Hey, beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome back to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So, yes, we're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. We're talking about their entanglement again because she has brought it up again. But now there's an update on this, and this has also gotten a lot of people talking. So apparently, Jada Pinkett was on a podcast and she decided to address the entanglement and how people were calling her out and what was really going on in that table where Will Smith came to the red table. If you guys remember when the whole entanglement thing with Augustina and Jada Pinkett came out, the internet was not smiling with Jada Pinkett. Everybody was literally dragging her, calling her an adulterer, she betrayed Will Smith and all that. And it was even putting the fuel into the fire when Will Smith decided to go on a table talk. And it's almost like what they said makes sense and does not make sense at the same time, because he said nothing, but he said everything at the same time. And people keep squeaking on their relationship. Some people were speculating that they were not together. Da, 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 da. Anyway, fast forward now to this podcast that Jada Pinkett did. She has come to reveal that at the time the entanglement situation came out, herself and Will Smith have not been together. They were on paper married, but they were not together at all. They were both single. She was living a single life, and that was when she started dating August. And Will Smith decided to come to that red table talk when she was ready to come to us, to let the public, to let the world know that herself and Will Smith, they are not together, and all this facade of the golden family, it's a lie. Will Smith decided that he wants to be there with her. But when they got to the right table, Will Smith switched it up and said like he could not go through with it. And that was why that word table talk seems as weird as it was. Okay. So anyway, guys, let's go check out this clip of Jada Pinkett talking about this, people's reaction, because people have a lot to say about this situation. I also have a lot to say, but let's go check it out and then we'll come back and talk more.
Broke up in 2016. He went on to live a life as a single man. I went on to live a life as a single woman. And then when we had the talk at the red table, I was going to go to the red table by myself to talk about the entanglement. But Will decided he wanted to come with me. And we were going to then tell the world, hey, we haven't been together. And this happened during that time. Well, when we got to the table, Will wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for the world to know that. I had to respect that. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to. But I was ready. I was ready to let go of the persona I had created around myself that had put me in a golden cage. I wanted to let that go. And so I had to stay on my journey. I had to stay on my path while also respecting that Will wasn't ready. So I said, you know what? This is my mess anyway. I'm going to take this heat because guess what? The heat is coming either way. Whether when we decide to get divorced, when we decide to separate, whatever. This is my practice run. Strip it down. Let it go, Jada. And then let's see what's left.
Y'all owe that lady an apology. Like, ain't been together since 2016. Kept the secret that they ain't been together just so Will can still remain his perfect, family image. For y'all. And y'all called that lady evil. Y'all called her a gold digger. Y'all called her a backstabber. Y'all called her everything but a child of God and said, oh, she ain't a good woman. A good woman would hold her man down. All the while she was holding him down, making y'all believe that they are the damn Huxtables. Yeah. I know I didn't hate that lady. Yeah. I apologize to that lady now.
Golden cage. I wanted to let that go. And so I had to stay on my journey. I had to stay on my path while also respecting that Will wasn't ready. So I said, you know what? This is my...
Y'all can never make me hate Jada. Never. You mean to tell me that they've been broken up since 2016, living life singly, but just not in front of the cameras, And she was ready to come out and let people know, hey, I'm a single woman, basically. This man doing what I want to do, and I'm doing what I want to do. And when we got to that table, she was going to do that shit by herself, but Will wanted to join in. And let me make something very clear. Those red eyes was because he had been on a flight, not because he was crying, okay? Got to that table and he decided, hey, I ain't ready for everybody to know that I'm not perfect. I'm not Mr. Perfect Will Smith, and my family and my marriage is not perfect. And she respected that, and y'all still drug her? The amount of sacrifices women make for men and their pride behooves me. I'm not gonna lie, I've done it as well. I've let a man save face from embarrassment. But Jada was dragged from Timbuktu back to LA. Everybody hated her for what? For being single? For living in her truth? While Will Smith was doing the same thing, but he probably had some NDAs running around that hoe. Y'all called that man perfect when he openly admitted to cheating on Jada in his book. And the fact that she held that secret of being separated from 2016 to 2020 something, baby, you a strong one for me. You saved him from his perfect image being depleted. You also saved a lot of drama from your family. That's a strong black woman. Something that I could not carry on for years. All the hate she received was not even needed. Yes, she was dating August. I've seen plenty of older women date younger men, i.e. Cher, Madonna, hello. It's okay for white women to do it, but when a black woman does it, it's a problem. The issue was August couldn't keep his mouth closed. He was upset that Jada was willing to work it out with Will and start all over with their relationship and was ready to let him go. That was a bitch move. Gangsters move in silence. And Jada, you was a gangster. Baby, I couldn't hold that shit in for years. That's almost 10 years you held that shit in. I really need to get off her back.
Okay, so I remember that we're at table talk, and I think she thinks we all forgot. But one, Will looked like he was crying. And two, they ended that shit with some we together forever, bad marriage for life stuff. Like, if you were really dealing with some, like, who stays in a relationship that they don't want to be in 2025 and stay there? Like, you held hostage. Like, I'm gonna stop having couple goals. Because really, these couples be in these relationships miserable. Like, they would do a whole thing of, I can't make you happy, you can't make me happy, and we have to make ourselves happy to be together. Like, there was just this whole thing that they would do together. Like, why is she trying so hard to, like, separate herself from Will Smith? Then, Will, if this is how she felt and y'all wasn't together, why is you slapping people in her name? The only thing I learned from this is you cannot force relationships. You cannot make somebody want to be with you. You cannot put it together and just be like, well, we'll stay together and eventually we'll just love each other the way we need to. No, you cannot do it. And you literally have to have your own identity or you're going to get sucked up in somebody else's. She could just leave him. They could just get their divorce and then she could go on and do her own thing. I was so down for Red Table Talk for a little bit. And then it just got to where they were just like, right. And I was like, every episode's the same. I can't do this. Not everybody could do, that reality TV family life. It's not meant for everyone. And I feel like through social media, that's what they were trying to do. And your shit gotta be right. Like, you have to be tight as a family unit to do it. Osbournes did it. You know what I'm saying? The Kardashians did it after them. You have to be good with yourself and good as a family, and the whole family got to be involved. But it's like, Jada, come on. Like, at this point, you should be working on your own projects that have nothing to do with Will Smith, Nothing to do with your relationship. It's just your own thing. Like, you should not be lifting off of your own thing off of that thing. You should be done with it by now. Please. I want to be a fan of you again. Leave all of him and that stuff alone. Please. Like, as soon as I saw her popping up and it was like she was talking about him, I was like, you still talking about him? Like, come on. Like, they really was on some, there is no divorce. And she said it too. It wasn't just like Will Smith was saying that. She said it too. Like, I remember them being like, there's no thing that ends this. But she acted like she was trapped on some get out shit. Dang, I know Will Smith's next book is going to be off the chain. Or maybe he's just weird. I don't know. She need to just go do her own shit without mentioning Will Smith in it.
I wasn't ready. So I said, you know what? This is my mess anyway. I'm going to take this heat. Because guess what? The heat is coming either way. Whether when we decide to get divorced, when we decide to separate, whatever. This is my practice run.
So is that why Chris got slapped? Because I don't feel like we ever fully understood what that was about. I mean, I always ran with it that Chris Rock has always been that comedian that has always made me cringe. The things that he's allowed others to say that was disrespectful, him feeling like he needed to follow how offensive comedy was, and for jokes purposes, you just said offensive things and people got over it. And he never set boundaries, especially with those that wasn't even the same race. Like, he flat out would allow other white comedians to say the N-word. He never set boundaries. And maybe it's because he was just as prejudiced and had his BS and his offensive jokes, and that he wanted everybody to be able to get away with the shit that they said. But let's unpack all of that, because at the end of the day, the entanglement happened first. And now Jada is now later explaining that she took the fall of being the cheater in the relationship. She took the fall of cheating on her husband with a much younger guy, regardless to if he knew about it or not. And here she was ready to tell her truth, let it out the bag, and then he shows up to control the narrative because he wasn't ready. And perhaps in private, in this interview, she's saying that she wanted to respect that decision, but who's to say she really did? Maybe their encounters together was harsh, and I guess to push this narrative that they're still married, that he still loves her and everything, that Chris Rock does his stand-up piece and he's going after Jada's haircut. And then this guy gets up at the Oscars where he is going to, not that he knew this, or maybe he did, I don't know. I feel like sometimes people be knowing that they're going to get the awards, because doesn't Beyonce always show up when she knows she's about to get an award? If she's not getting anything, she's not showing up. Just saying. Maybe he knew he was getting that Oscar. But the same night that he gets an Oscar, he slaps Chris Rock. Did he do that because he owed her? Because he let her sit in the fire? Everybody was in Will's inbox. All of these black men in particular was in his inbox checking on him, as if he didn't have a whole relationship himself, like as if we didn't know that he slept with Heidi for years and was with her for years in our faces during his marriage with Jada. But so many men reached out to Will, and now Will's making all these videos talking about how he appreciates all the love and support that he's been receiving about the entanglement.
And they weren't even together, legally married, yes. But their relationship had been over. They were literally just married. And perhaps he owed her. Perhaps he owed her that. And he throws in a wrench and it damn near, well, in a way, he risked his career. And now we're finding that he possibly did all of that just because he didn't want her to go on this show and admit that while she was getting some young trade. Sorry, after finding out that that August is now with a whole man. That because Jada went and found her some young trade during her time completely not with her man. While he was doing him, she was doing her. And to save face, she took the fall of being an adulterer. Is that really why Chris Rock got slapped? Unbelievable.
Please let me know what you think about having this conversation and this unveil that Jada Pinkett has come to talk about their relationship. And yes, guys, we're still talking about them in 2025. Let me know what you think about this new update. What are your thoughts? And please go ahead. What are your thoughts? But please, as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. Love to know what you think. So here's my thought on this whole situation. First off, like, I do admire that Jada Pinkett is speaking on this again, but there's another part of my brain, I'm just like, 2025, we're still talking about this entanglement situation and the slap situation. And yes, some of us really want to know, but I'm just like, this is something that we should have wrapped it up since years ago, honestly. But anyway, yes, my thought about Jada Pinkett unveiling or updating us on the situation. I think I kind of see it in that angle, but it was just weird on how things were happening. And I do understand where she's coming from. And a lot of women, especially, I would say, especially black women, I would say in my culture, in my society, in Nigeria, a lot of women take the fall. A lot of women save men face and act everything is okay and go with the flow and go with the tone a man wants to go with so that they don't bruise their ego. So I kind of understand where she's coming from, saying that even though she was ready to let the world know that their family is not this golden family like we all think they were, that she was ready to let it go. But Will Smith was. And I feel personally, Will Smith decided to come on the red table talk so that he can control the narrative, the man ego thing, so that he can control the narrative. And I feel like that was exactly what he did. He didn't want the people to know that he's not the almighty Will Smith that has been with Jada for how many years, da 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 da. And I feel like it was his man ego. He was not ready to let go of that personal ego that people that pedestal that people have put him. He was not ready to let it go. And Jada Pinkett allowed him to, like most women we will do. And I do understand the concept of some people being married on paper, but physically, emotionally, they are no longer together. Like, there are a lot of couples like that, probably because of finance. I know that there are a lot, especially someone like Jada Pinkett as Will Smith that has like so much entanglement, so much things going on between both of them, businesses, children, and all that. I do understand the concept of both of them saying that, you know what, let's just keep this persona, keep on making money of it, but we're not together and all that. And I personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. And I know they're celebrities and will feel like we are entitled to know updates in the relationship in their personal life, to know where the status is. I understand, because a lot of people put their marriage on a pedestal. I get it. But also at the same time, this is somebody's personal life. And as much as people want to share their personal life, some people want to keep theirs very private. And for me, do whatever gives you peace of mind, do whatever gives you peace at night. So I do understand that. And anybody that puts anybody's marriage or relationship on a pedestal, that's on you. Because know it now that not everything you see on media, it could be on social media, it could be on TV and all that, not everything, you don't have the full picture of the relationship. It is what it is. People will always, even whether for their own pride or for their partner's pride and ego, they will hold some certain things behind, some certain behind. Okay, so always know that. So I personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. But also, people coming like, oh, like the way they were dragging her initially, like, oh, she dated August, our son's friend, a young boy. I don't understand why people feel like as an older woman you can date younger men. I personally, I even believe that the older, like if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 40s, you're in your 50s as an older woman, I feel like the dating pool, personally, I feel like the dating pool is wider for you, because at this point now you can date men younger than you, in their 30s, in their 40s, if you're 40, 50s, in their 30s and their 40s, and you can also date men older than you in their 50s and in their 60s. It is what it is. So she dating a younger man, and okay, it's just that August could not keep his mouth shut. And that was how the cat led the bag. And people are talking about why, okay, if they were not married, why, what's it called? Why would Will Smith go ahead to slap Chris Rock? I personally, I feel like this is my personal opinion, okay? I feel like the reason why he did that was the fact that him and Jada Pinkett know that she's the one that took the fall for the entanglement situation, and that was his way of, you won't talk to her like that in my app. Now I won't stand up for you the same way you stood up for me, the same way you held me down, the same way. I feel like that was what that was. I feel like he just wanted to prove to her that, yeah, I'm also protecting you too, the same way you protect my image. I personally, I feel that is it. But as women, I feel like, and this is why I love the internet. I feel like we're getting to the era, and I feel like that's why Jada Pinkett is speaking on it too. I feel like we're getting to the place where things has evolved, and we are very comfortable to say yes, I'm out of it. Because back then, there's a lot of time people are being shamed from living marriages and all that, from breaking that perfect relationship. Women are being, most time when those relationships end, the women are being questioned and blamed for it. And for her to say, come back and to really tell us that, you know what, they've not been married since 2016, years, almost 10 years before what happened. Like, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, people should just get a grip of themselves. People, marriage is a facade. I personally, you guys know how I feel about marriage. The idea of marriage, especially the social construct of marriage, is a scam, especially for a woman. And if you're a woman that know yourself and you're able to find yourself, you find out that all those personal things is things that you should. Anyway, I'm happy that she's here to clear the air. So everybody rests. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, they were not together when entanglement happened. So can we put all this to rest now? Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this story down in the comment section. Go ahead and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.